Hey, so what's going on? I'm one of your hosts, Matt. We have
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Welcome to another episode of the M.I.C.S podcast. Today we are going to be talking about 90s shows. Sitcoms, but shows. I'll just broaden it to like TV shows that happened to come out in the 90s. I don't want to say happened twice, but
it happened to happen.
Yeah, they
you
happened
said it
in
too
the
late.
90s.
It happened to happen to come out in the 90s.
They happened to come out in the 90s. They could have come out in any other, generation, but it came out in the 90s. All right. We're gonna go through, some of those shows, that were iconic. But before we do that, I would like y'all to like and subscribe. If y'all like this content that we're putting out, just shoot us a like. You know what I mean? It helps with the, getting us out there to the other people out there in the audiences and stuff like that, so we can,
Even if you just don't like Matt, but you like me, just go ahead and like it. It's going to benefit me. It's okay.
Trust me, I will not be upset.
Matt is, I know he's not for everybody, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
So but
one day at a time.
Hit that like button. Please subscribe, and So, do you have? I know you said that you had like a
list.
A list, or did you delete?
I do have a list. It's kind of similar to like the
cartoons.
The cartoon ones, because I have an impact.
Yeah,
I just don't like the first option on the list.
But I did want to say like the cartoon. We got to run that cartoon, not specifically to the 90s, but just cartoons in general. It was some that we missed out on. You know what I mean? But just we gonna run. We definitely go get. We're gonna hit all bases.
So much to talk about. So much time.
Yeah, that's why we gotta split it up.
God. But yeah, the first, I don't know if you even watched this show because we don't even talk about it, but it was super popular in the 90s. It's Friends.
No.
It was the first thing on the list. I was like, where?
Yeah, it's funny. That's my aunt's like favorite show.
Yeah.
It was Friends. I watched a few. I watched Friends, but I wasn't like glued into Friends. They just didn't do it.
I mean, I have a lot of attitude, whatever, but I did watch Friends in its entirety. I did.
You watched
in its entirety.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
I did like it. I just it was just kind of like first on the list though. But I mean, in the 90s, like I guess it should be number one in the sense of the fact that, as far as a lot of people like it, them getting paid the most. I don't think people got paid more than them since.
It was like $1 million.
Yeah, they was getting like $1 million an episode they got to a point of. So yeah, I did. I like, I think it's going to be kind of across the board with the 90s shows, but a lot of them seem very innocent. Like anybody could watch it, so you can bring your whole family and they all can enjoy it. So a lot of these ones that we're gonna go down the list on, like I feel like across the board you can watch with your whole family and everybody enjoy it. But yeah, Friends. Since you didn't watch it, I'll just go to the cultural impact.
Well,
what you got something to say about Friends? What you got to say about Friends? Ugh. Yeah, you seem like the type of person that wouldn't watch Friends. Mm-hmm. But they got some black shows up here. They definitely got they'll have all the shows that you know. I have Living Single on the list, so I can say that next. I can skip. So did Living Single come out first? Me too. well, I'm well since I don't think you
Yeah.
really have anything to say about No Friends. I'm gonna go to the cultural impact. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So it turned coffee shops into social headquarters. Okay. Made Rachel's haircut a national emergency. What?
Mm.
And defined the fantasy of young urban adulthood. It also helped make ensemble sitcoms the dominant TV format for years. Now, this I'm gonna do this just to be controversial and skip to the next one, which is Living Single, which, they people, whoever they are, try to say that Friends stole the format from Living Single. I don't know. I don't know what came out first, to be honest. I guess it must have been Living Single for them to make that
Yeah. I
that
saw.
claim.
I saw the claim being said, but I didn't. I will say that I did see Living Single, but I wasn't really paying attention to Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen Living Single first, and then later on I saw Friends.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they look, it looks like they could have been neck and neck. I don't know. It was also like more. Was it? It wasn't split down the middle though, because then with Friends they had 3 guys, 3 girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then with Living Single was more women than the men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think the concept's still the same. They were kind of like, these single people that living in the
Like,
urban city.
Yeah.
And then they had
Trying to
these guys,
survive.
friends. They weren't boyfriend, girlfriend. They were just friends at one point, and then, they then later on. But yeah, I think Living Single, I just remember seeing it more.
Yeah. Did you like Living Single?
I
I
did like Living
Who was
Single.
your favorite character?
Was it Nadine? No, what was
Regine.
Regine.
Regine was your favorite character? The one that
The one with bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought she was.
Wow.
I had a crush on her. I think that was why I liked her the most. I mean, I liked Max.
Yeah, I did too.
I like Max too.
Yeah,
because her and Kyle was always back and forth.
Yeah,
and then like Overton.
Okay, so you like everybody.
No, I think those were it. That's it.
Dang,
I like Queen Latifah's character, but I think she just didn't. She was kind of like with this is Golden Girls, this is '80s, but they had what was the main the tall Golden Girl, I forgot her name, but she was like that. Like she wasn't the funniest. She kind of kept the show running, like kept the dialogue going, but she wasn't like the main star. Like Betty White and the oldest lady on there were like the funny ones on the show. So that's why I like those characters. They just drove the show because the drama,
Yeah, I like Ray James. She's my favorite character. That's always shot. I didn't know. No, I was like, I didn't think you would like her.
No, she was. She definitely was attractive.
She was funny too. Just funny.
Yeah, she was funny because of how bougie she was.
Yeah. And how they used to like pick on her, and she was just like unapologetic too. Like
she always thought she was all that, and then one of the other girls would get the guy that she wanted.
Yeah,
she'd be
exactly.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What'd you like her for?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I agree. I think there's space for any type of like ideas for shows. Like, I mean, I think anybody can say that somebody copied off of them, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's space. I'm not in that field, so I mean, I really can't say. But I don't really feel like France took away for me Living Single. Like, if you liked it, you liked it. If you like that show, you like that show. Like, I just felt like, I mean, if you like the show, you like it. That's it. And I like Living Single more, but I did like Friends as well. Like,
I think Friends. It was nothing wrong with Friends. I think that, I guess it, like you said, there's space for everybody. Because I think the people that Friends was mega popular, and so was Living Single. It wasn't on the scale of Friends, but the audiences that it was made for, they wound up finding those shows. You know what I mean? So there's enough room for everybody.
Well, speaking of favorite characters, since you didn't really watch Friends, I guess I will have to say who my favorite character is. Just interesting. I never had to think about it, but I would have to probably say Ross.
He's the dark haired one, right?
Yeah, he's like the goofy guy. He was a paleontologist or whatever. He was just funny, and his real reactions to stuff. Like, he had like really dramatic reactions to things. So I think he really added a lot of comedy to the show. As far as a person who I had a crush on would be like, of course, Rachel. Jennifer Aniston, young Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. But yeah, but everybody, to be honest, really did really good on that show. I like when you can kind of like almost picture how you want your life to be a little bit. Like, oh, I would like to have a situation like that or whatever. I feel like that's just a lot about a show when you kind of could put yourself in it a bit and imagine, having that type of lifestyle or whatever. So I do like that. But yes.
It's crazy because, I didn't watch Friends even though it was super popular. But I watched some shows that probably weren't that popular. And, there's a lot of people that probably would never watch these shows.
Probably like what,
Frasier,
Kings of Queens?
Frasier.
That's on the list, I think.
Oh, okay. I watched.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We go there next.
Yeah, but I did. And I watched, I think it was called News Radio. And I did watch King of Queens.
Yeah, that was good. That was solid. Yeah, that was solid.
I mean, I don't know if they're on there, but we can hit one of the,
Yeah.
We could go whatever next. So you don't have to go to those. We could just hit those whenever we get to them. But
okay, well, I'll say the cultural impact of Living Single, which, I'm interested to read this. It says, often called the blueprint for Friends. Interesting. It showcased successful Black professionals and friendships in a way that was groundbreaking for mainstream television.
Yes, I guess it must have did come out.
I didn't create this. Yeah. Came from Chat's mouth himself. Let's see the next one. Now, I'm kind of like this with how similar to you and Friends. Seinfeld. Like, I didn't really watch Seinfeld like that, but I did see some of it. I did see a lot of it. But I won't really. Was you a Seinfeld fan?
Yeah, Seinfeld is a sleeper because I think
it's popular.
I know I'm saying a sleeper for, I guess you could say more Black households. Because some of the shows that we ain't mentioned yet that may be on the list, like the Full Houses and the family. Now those are family. Some of these shows are like more adult-driven shows. So when we was in the 90s, we were kids. I don't know. We're not that old. So some of these shows just we ain't gonna watch it because we were kids. So we watched. I mean, I did watch Living Single, but I think I watched it a little older than probably when it was like in its prime. Saying Friends was around for a long time after. But with Seinfeld, that's one of those things. Like, it was, when we was growing up, it was not a family, like a kid's show. The humor in it is like really, it's funny. It is a funny show. Like, all the characters, all of them are funny. It's like it's just a funny show, and you will have the humor. I don't think I would have been able to grasp a lot of the humor that was in Seinfeld at the age.
At that age, yeah.
Yeah, because some of it was just adult humor, them living, Seinfeld living in there. And you know what? It's almost like Martin, a white Martin. Because he had these friends that would just come over,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
they just open his door and just come in the house and sit down, go in his refrigerator and stuff like that. Like Kramer was just next door neighbor, and he just burst in his house asking for something, you know, take something out of his house and go, you know, it's just like, it was goofy. The humor and stuff was really like smart humor somewhat. But all of them, all the characters had like really good personalities. It was pretty funny, like, you know, but I watched Seinfeld as more like when I was a little older versus when I was a kid. I didn't watch it in the 90s. I probably watched it in the late 90s, going into the 2000s. But yeah, Seinfeld was a really good show.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Well, cultural impact, because like I said, don't know too much. I don't really. I know it, but I don't have much to say about Seinfeld. It says change comedy forever with a show about nothing.
Yeah.
Everyday annoyances became comedy gold. Words like yada 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 entered normal conversation like stealthy little gremlins. Interesting. But
yeah.
Well, yeah. Now this is a show that I know a lot more about. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely like that show a lot. So it's kind of like our introduction to Will Smith as an actor. Because like before that, we just know him as a rapper.
I didn't even know him as a rapper back then.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, I feel like, he had music before then.
It was in the 80s.
Yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. That was the 80s. And he I think when Will was talking about the story, like how he his albums weren't doing as good. And he was kind of on his way out, and he said he ran into Danny Medina, I think his name is. But he was the real Fresh Prince, and he kind of like introduced him to Quincy Jones, and Quincy kind of like basically put him on TV.
Yeah.
And but it was really the first introduction to Will.
Yeah.
For me, just Will Smith as a person. I didn't know who he was. I mean, obviously, like he did the music after that. The music after that, Big Willie.
Yeah.
Man, that was a classic album. But yeah, the Fresh Prince, the show.
Very solid.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like the concept of the show, you would think it wouldn't be that good of a show, you know? But it was a really good show. I watched, I watched almost all the episodes. I don't know if it's an episode, but it was just good. Carlton, you know,
everybody,
Hillary, you know, Uncle Phil,
the black
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey always been black.
The black,
the dark skin,
Viv, and Viv.
Both of them was black, but
and Viv, Ashley, all of the characters on there played their part very well. I thought like Carlton, even though like he was like bougie at first, he wound up later on getting to like Carlton.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't like that character at all.
Yeah,
I think when I first watched it, how he was treating Will and stuff, I was like, this guy, I'm not gonna. And then later on, you like him and Will got really close, and they lived in the pool house and stuff like that. And then he had Tyra Banks came on there.
Yeah, I was about to say it was probably my favorite of his girlfriends.
Yeah, they had Nia Long was on there. Was a girl.
I like Tyra. I don't know. Like, I just felt like Tyra added a little bit more.
I just had a thing for Nia Long back in the day.
I mean, who didn't?
That's true. I didn't know I didn't know Tyra Banks was a model. When she was on the show, I didn't know her from anything. I just knew her on the show.
Yeah, that's probably before American Next Top Model. And
stuff, but I'm saying she was already a model at that point. Like she was already modeling before the show.
Yeah,
I never seen
more
her.
Like famous. Afterwards.
But I didn't know her as a model at all. I just knew her on the show.
Yeah,
but that's a classic '90s sitcom back then.
I like how
family sitcom.
Like a lot of the shows in the '90s and Fresh Prince is one of them where like it was silly, but they also tackled serious stuff. So it got serious.
Yeah, for sure.
Will Smith, Will got shot. know.
Yeah, they got arrested.
Yeah, like real stuff was going on.
The dad situation. That crying scene with Will.
His dad came back in his life just to drop him again. That scene get me every time. Because like because I guess what was said was that he kind of went off script a little bit doing that scene. They just kind of kept it or whatever, and because it's like kind of based similar to his own personal story about his father. So I was like, you know, but yeah, it was a really solid show. You know, the thing I was thinking about as soon as I mentioned Will Smith or What a Fresh Prince was like watching Will Smith's journey in our lifetime, you know, to see how he started, see how he started versus how he is now, you know, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's like some crazy stuff going on behind us. But yeah, like it's crazy to kind of see somebody like life change right before your own eyes, you know.
Yeah.
And how he kind of like got better as an actor, you know, because it's like the roles kept changing, and then it went from like him being into these action movies, and now all of a sudden he started playing these serious roles where it's like, and you really got to see how like he's beyond just a comedy person or somebody who can carry just a action movie, like he can get like super serious and realistic.
Yeah.
So, you know, to see that growth is pretty amazing to see that with somebody else. So yeah,
we did somewhat see Will grow up on TV.
Yeah,
I mean, he was probably early 20s, probably 19. I don't know.
Yeah,
but he was young at that time. Like we're older than he was. You know what I mean?
By far, yeah.
I'm just saying. But that was like, you know, to see him, and now he's, you know, 50s and stuff like that. He's got an Oscar.
Yeah.
You know, of course, other stuff happened. You know, slapping Chris Rock. But we know, but there's some kids that don't even remember Will as an artist, like a rapper or anything. Like even with Big Willie style, we remember seeing like him after doing the Big Willie style with the Getting Jiggy with it and all that stuff. But kids don't even remember that. They only know him as the actor, and probably don't even know him in his prime when he was doing Men in Black and Independence Day and Enemy of the State. They only know him slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah,
and then.
But sometimes like sometimes like the last thing you do kind of defines a person. I know that's one thing I try not to do, like, you know, as a human, as a person, sometimes is kind of judging people just from the last thing that they did. Because I think that's kind of what we do, and it's kind of easier to do that when you're in that type of profession where everybody's kind of watching you. That's like your job is to entertain.
Yeah.
So
I'd be like, man, I don't care they did that.
Yeah.
I'm like, for me, it's like, is the movie good?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't really care what he did.
I'm telling y'all,
if y'all go down like with kids or nothing like that, I don't really care.
If y'all go down a rabbit hole and really get the true Hollywood story of any of these celebrities, they all probably weird. If I was rich, I'd definitely be. I'm weird now. I'd definitely be weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, and feel entitled. I feel entitled now. You know, so I'm definitely, because I feel like for him to get to that point where he felt that he's gonna slap somebody on a public TV, like I felt like, he felt like he could do that, and I don't really care about it for real, like, you know, because to me it's like it's what it is. What it is. He ain't slapped me, but I just felt like there's something about you that, you know, a person that will make you feel like I'm gonna retaliate in front of everybody, in front of millions, you know. So I don't know, but I would probably be like that too if I was. You know, because you know me, like growing up, I definitely was entitled. I'm trying to be different now, be better. I definitely am a slapper. But you know, not anymore. I'm sorry. I definitely used to be a slapper. I don't slap anymore.
The right circumstance, you know, you never know.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, are you ready for the cultural impact?
Sure.
I'm sorry. Who was your favorite character, by the way? I'm sorry.
On the what? Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
Will.
I like Carlton. I hate the fact that we didn't really see Carlton, or well, what's his real name? Alfonso.
Yeah.
Blow up like Will. You know, I would say that he has been consistent with having employment, because he has been on every game show imaginable, every show. Like he has so many different like most random shows that you probably didn't even see it. Like he been consistently working.
The next time I seen him was on the LL Cool J sitcom. I forgot the name of the LL show. I forgot
to.
But
that's definitely not on the list, by the way.
Yeah, I know it ain't.
Like, why would it be?
But I remember that. I remember him being on there as the next thing after the Fresh Prince.
After that, he's like been like on like different shows. Like now, he's on America's Funny Home Video. He's doing that, which is good. And he is a regular on Dance with the Stars, so he's like a regular
I remember he.
Yeah.
I think did he win when he was on?
Yeah, he was on Dance with the Stars as a contestant, and now he works.
Did he win?
Mm-hmm, he did.
Okay, I didn't know if he won.
Yeah, because he could dance.
No, he was I think the tap dance kid back in
Yeah, exactly.
before he got on Fresh Prince.
Yeah, so Carlton definitely my favorite character. I would say cultural impact, mixed comedy with serious conversations about race, family, class, and identity. I agree. Also launched Will Smith into superstardom while influencing 90s fashion with bold colors and streetwear. I agree.
Yeah.
He was wearing some stuff. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. So the next one, of course, we're on the brown side, I would say. The brown side, Martin. Martin. That show, boy. I don't know. That is just such a good show. I don't know why. Why was it so good?
I know why it was so good.
Oh,
it was just because Martin was a comedian.
Yeah.
And not only that, I remember him from What's Happening back in the day. He had a little bit of experience from the House Party movies and from What's Happening. And so he had that aspect of coming into TV. Plus he was doing, Def Jam comedy. And so he was just huge, But I don't remember him from that because that was like, I was a kid. I couldn't watch Def Jam comedy. I didn't watch from there, but then it was just a good sitcom, man, and it was almost like a show about nothing neither too, because they didn't have no real thing going on. Martin was just living with his girl at the time. I don't think they were married on the older episodes, but him and Gina. Yeah, they had a good cast too. They had a really good cast, and like it was just funny. And then he played all these other characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Dragonfly Jones, Jerome. Yeah, he played. He just
played his mother.
He was just a funny Shanae. Yeah, he played, and then he had just the different guests he had on the show. Yeah, Pam and all that. It was just then he had Biggie. He had different people just pop up on the show. But he just made the show himself, like the stuff him back and forth with Pam. Yeah. The little jokes back and forth. And then Gina, like the thing when Gina got her head stuck in the...
Oh, yeah, that's like my favorite thing. Like, in the bed. That's probably like my favorite episode.
Yeah, no, I liked was it him and David Allen. No, was it David Allen? Tommy Davis.
Yeah, Tommy Davis. Yeah, David Allen Greer was in it too.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, all the Living Color people were in it. Except, but I ain't see the Wayans in it. But yeah, he was a preacher. Yeah, but no, he had with Darnell. He was. He's like, hey, what about a pool? You got a pool? He said, nah, don't got a pool. But we do have a lake in the back called Lake Varnell. Catfish delicious. That was funny. I like that. That was one of my favorite guests. No, but that show was it's classic. I don't know anybody that ain't watched. Well, I know a few people that didn't watch.
I think that one thing about it too, like that is important when it comes to like entertainment and how it connects with everybody else. It's really like everybody's connection. And I feel like everybody really fed off each other really well. I saw like some behind the scenes where they'll say like they literally like ad-lib certain things just to break somebody else. Yeah. And you can really see that now, because like certain parts you miss, but you'll see people like extra weak in the background or whatever, or you'll see them try not to laugh, and so it just made it like I don't know, like it just made it extra funny.
It made it funny,
especially when you see somebody trying not to laugh. Because I be kind of experiencing that a little bit. I'm not like a huge fan, but I do watch like this is like all such a bit like Saturday Night Live, and it's always like super funny when you see somebody like
break character,
whatever, like they like weak or whatever, and it's just something like very like hilarious about that. But I do feel like the cast really complimented each other. That's when the first time like I really got to appreciate Gina. What's her real name? Tisha Campbell. Tisha Campbell Martin. Tisha Campbell Martin. Probably took Martin off by now. She ain't with her husband no more. But like she is like sitcom royalty. Like everything, like all the shows she been in touch with has been great. My Wife and Kids, she was great on My Wife and Kids.
Yeah, I love that show. It's not the 90s
God.
though.
Like, yeah. It's not, it's probably like more like 2000. But she, you know, watching her, say they with Tashina Arnold, you know, she was at Everybody Hates Chris and stuff like that. That's probably in 2002, right?
Yeah.
Everybody Hates Chris, whatever, but like they just like great, you know, watching their progress and stuff like that. But yeah. Let's see. Their cultural impact. One of the defining black sitcoms of the decade, its humor, catchphrases, and characters became deeply woven into black pop culture and comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. The next thing, told you we on the brown side, that we're gonna definitely come out of that for a second. Family Matters. He's up.
You but you about to do the whole.
You about to join in with me?
This day and age.
Yeah. Family Matters. Classic. I love me some TGIF.
Yeah.
TGIF.
Man. Shoot.
Yeah.
TGIF back in the day.
TGIF,
I don't want to go too hard in TGIF right
Yeah.
now. We talk about Family Matters, but TGIF had all the favorites on there. But yeah,
it's crazy how like the Steve Urkel character, how he just started off like as like just like a supporting
cameo or whatever,
and how he just took over the whole show. It became about him.
It was no episode without him in it. Every episode had Urkel in it. Like they couldn't do a show without him because everybody's hey, well, I want to see Carl. You know,
I can't imagine like what direction they wanted to go.
I know. I mean, the way it was going, I guess the way it was going before Urkel, I think that's where they wanted to go. It was about the family. But that family became the side character.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, but yeah, when he first got on there, it was, you know, it was still good without Urkel. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, he came in pretty early. So it wasn't like, it was like, oh, we had so many episodes. But he came in and he did make the show a lot more entertaining. But I think it still was a good show.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
But I don't think
Harriet, I think it was really from Harriet, because Harriet, the character Harriet came from another
show. Yeah, I saw that.
And then it was like a spinoff. Because even Carl was on some of those episodes too. I forgot the name of the show.
Me too.
That they came from. But yeah, it was supposed to be about the family, and then it wound up being about, I mean, it still was about the family, and then Urkel was like just a regular, like he might as well been part of the Winslows. He was and then he had he was it was just a cultural thing at the time. Like white families watched it, black families watched it. Yeah, like merchandise, you know, the Urkel doll and stuff they had back in the day.
I think I had an Urkel doll.
They had did the Urkel dance, you know what I mean? I don't know if you remember that, but do it. Everybody do the Urkel. Yeah, bro. Family Matters, and they always had those. Now, they had some topics on there that was serious too. Yeah. The dude saying the thing with Laura, he said he did something with.
Oh,
Laura.
Yeah.
And then Eddie had to go to school and check the guy.
Yeah.
It was situations where
they got in trouble with the police. Yeah, it was some stuff. And then it kind of like transformed because then all of a sudden, like, then Stefan got brought into the situation and everybody was, oh, Stefan, you know. Yeah. And then, or it was a really good twist when, you know, because the whole time, like, the Steve Urkel guy, he was trying to get Laura, and all of a sudden he got a girlfriend now.
Oh, yeah.
That look way better than Laura. Way better
Elmira.
than Laura. Yeah. And she cherished him. She loved him.
He ain't want her. I was like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. I had a thing for her, man. I was like, shoot, if Urkel don't want her.
Yeah, she cherished him. That job was crazy. But just see like a real situation, because like when he start really kind of like being with somebody else, and it's like she kind of like it was like, oh, I missed
she had all that attention.
Yeah,
she had all the attention he was giving her.
Yeah. So I really feel like he should just end up with what's her name? Myra character.
Myra.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good show. I really like the the dynamic between Steve Urkel and Carl Winslow, like,
yeah,
because you really couldn't tell like how Carl felt about him, and so those scenes where it showed that he actually cared about Steve Urkel character was kind of like, it was like, oh, you know, when she recorded with the audience,
the audience,
oh, yeah, because he couldn't stand him, you know. I mean, I can understand.
Go home,
I guess I'll just go home.
But the catchphrases too. Did I do that?
Yeah,
I fall and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I be thinking the Carl thing all the time in my head.
Go home.
Yeah, don't know. D. It be like,
that?
it be saying the D word.
Oh, no, he didn't say that.
They do. And they be like, that. I remember he used to be like, when he used to have like that stress part where I need to do from all my conditions.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He'd be like, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
I remember,
what the heck is bothering me?
I remember that episode, yeah. No, but I remember he used to be like, go home. That was his thing. It was tell Urkel to go home. They try to find something because I think it was a battle between that actor and Jaleel White. He was like, it was his, like, he was the comedic relief, I guess, at the time. And then when he came, it was kind of like he was on the back burner. So I think they were still trying to find things that kind of make him still relevant. So they will always have him and Urkel do stuff, you know what I mean?
And of course, that girl who went upstairs and never came back down.
Oh,
the
yeah,
daughter.
the
that
daughter,
I don't even know her name.
Like, I don't remember. I remember she was on there, and then she was gone. They never explained where she went. No. It was just like, they just moved on like nothing was wrong. Like, what happened to the other daughter?
And then the grandma was up there.
Grandma, yeah.
She was funny too. Like, she was real fast. She always had a man.
Yeah. And then the
Rachel.
Rachel.
She was cute.
Rachel and Lil Richie.
Lil Richie.
Did Michael Jackson all the time.
Yeah. He was spinning and stuff. Yeah, had the little curly hair. But yeah, so cultural impact. Was your favorite character Steve Urkel?
Yeah. Waldo wasn't that bad neither. Waldo, you had Weasel. What's his name? Weasel?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Weasel.
All Eddie's friends were kind of goofy.
I would say, I don't know who my favorite character is. Probably. I hate to say that because, like, if I wear like a coat with a fur tip, that's what people would call me when they look at my hairline. Yeah, I don't like that. The cultural impact. Steve Urkel became one of the biggest sitcom characters in television history. Nerd culture suddenly had a mascot with suspenders and chaos energy.
Yeah.
I guess that's when it started getting be cool to be a nerd.
I don't know. It took a long time. They still didn't want like nerds. They didn't want to be a nerd. Because remember, Steve was still getting picked on. I don't know if this is on the list.
What you about to say for TGIF stuff?
No, not TGIF. It was because I think it might have came out in the early, like late 80s. But A Different World.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, did A Different World come out in the?
Yeah, them characters.
Let me see.
I don't know. I think that might have been it because it was a spinoff from the Cosby
Maybe it was
show.
80s. Yeah, I was good. That's what I was thinking too. Cosby, but I know that was like
Cosby was 80s.
That was I love.
I wish it was. We could. I mean, we could still bring it up, but I don't think it's like not 90s relevant. But nah, it did.
No, A Different World, 1987.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was like before, but I remember seeing most of the episodes.
It started in 1993, so
yeah. So I remember seeing a lot of it. It stopped in 1993.
1987 to 1993.
Because I remember Chris Frost being in there and everything. Maybe the whole thing.
Yeah, 1993.
I don't know. If I remember when you were younger, it just seemed like things lasted a long time. You go back and look at like Chippendale Rescue Rangers, they ain't had that many seasons, but it's like 3 seasons or something. But that thing felt like it had so many episodes.
I think because it's like stuff is not, it don't come out like how it is now. Like now you can they'll drop a whole season or something now on some of these streaming platforms. Whereas for us, we had to like wait a week. And then if it was like a summer break, it'll just be like, we ain't gonna be able to see the rest of this until like, the fall season. So they stretch stuff out. They like definitely holidays, they stretch things out to make it seem like we was watching stuff for years.
Yeah, because I'm like, some of these shows, I was like A Different World. I gotta I'm gonna mention it only because it had a major impact on like college court, like people going to college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you don't see that nowadays. You don't see a lot of shows promoting, especially black people going to college and the university and the whole atmosphere of going to college, the sororities, the stepping contest, the different types of moods and stuff. People going in there and having to work a job while they're in college to pay them ways. Some people were rich. Remember, Whitley's family was rich, so she kind of got in there. It was kind of like a tradition to go to college and made it going to college like the thing. So I think it said like for that it was like it did get a lot of people, black kids, to go to school and college and stuff like that. So I do feel like it is an honorable mention. It needed to be mentioned just because.
Yeah.
And like even remember, used to see that they used to wear the sweatshirts with the actual college names on them. That was also in Living Single. Almost all the black sitcoms had it. Like on Fresh Prince, they would wear it. Living Single, you see them with the college, the black, the HBCU type of sweatshirts and stuff on. They promoted the black colleges back then too, so it got a lot of attendance for black people to go to those colleges back then too. So I think that that's something that should be pointed out, just because you just don't see it no more.
No, man, they about to come out with a new Different World for Netflix. I don't know if it's how it's gonna be, but I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna see what it do. No, I don't think he's gonna be involved in.
I'm just saying, but I don't know how much an impact or influence he had in the show. I know it was
Debbie
Felicia Rashad's sister, Debbie Allen.
Yeah, she's definitely helping with the new one.
Good.
So
that's good.
So I'm gonna try give it a try. But yes, it is an honorable mention. Like I said, alongside the Cosby Show. That
of course.
See, because that's like, to me, in my opinion, that was the first time I've seen like black people being like successful in a sitcom, like a doctor and a lawyer. The dad's a doctor.
I would say it's my favorite sitcom of all time.
Me too.
It's the Cosby Show.
Yeah. I can watch it every day, like even now, like I can just know it's about to happen and still be weak.
Yep. Unfortunately, all the stuff that happened, but it's just that show shouldn't take away the impact the show had on the culture and stuff, because that stuff. Besides, that's why I was like the stuff people do behind the scenes is kind of like, like how could you cut off such an impact that show had on the culture? Yeah. I think it modeled a lot of shows based off of that whole dynamic.
It really kind of messes you up if you one of those people that have like people that you respect and idolize. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, it kind of is in harmony with the other podcasts where it's like sometimes ignorance is bliss, because like now it's like once you start seeing like the bad side of all these people and what they actually do in their personal life versus the art that they do, it kind of makes you like, can I look up to anybody? It makes you kind of scared to put too much emphasis on somebody that you don't know.
It's the personal life stuff, man. Like some of the stuff, like I'm pretty sure if you go back in the day, if they had social media back then, you wouldn't like most of the people that you idolize today, because how rampant it. And then not only that, it's just the accusations. Now, I don't know how real things are or whatever, but it's always, proven it to innocent until proven guilty. But now it's like guilty until proven innocent type scenario.
That's true.
So sometimes even if you're proven innocent, you still get that rap of like, nope, I think you did it type thing, So, but the Cosby Show for sure, that's an honorable mention, even though it wasn't a true 90s show.
Exactly. All right, so let's see. There's a couple of things up here I don't want to talk about.
You want to run through them real quick?
Oh yeah,
just to put them out there.
Like Home Improvement.
I did like Home Improvement.
I did too, but yeah. I mean, because it's like he keep making them, like the House Improvement, all the house, like
that's on there.
No, but I'm just saying, like he kept doing shows like that, like Roseanne.
Okay, well, yeah, I wasn't really a Roseanne.
Exactly.
Person. I remember Roseanne.
Yeah, I did like Frasier.
Yeah, Frasier. Yeah,
that was solid.
Frasier. It's weird because I watched Frasier. It was like before going to sleep, and it used to come on like before I went to sleep, and I used to just like sit down and watch Frasier. It's funny because I'm like, I'm young. I'm like I had to be like 10 or something, and I was watching Frasier.
Yeah.
He had this, had the accent. He lived with his brother, and I don't think he lived with the brother, but the dad lived with Frasier.
Yeah, the dog.
And he had the dog, yeah. And he worked at the radio station.
He was a therapist.
Yeah, it was a funny show. I liked it. It was just, I don't know. I don't know what drew me towards Frasier. I think sometimes you kind of judge a book by its cover. If you like, sometimes you ever been scrolling on TV, like changing the channels, and then something's just on TV, and you wind up sitting down and then next thing you know, you're just watching the show. You're like, oh, this ain't a bad show.
Yeah,
that's basically what happened with being Frasier.
you know what happened.
It was a good show though.
You know what got me liking Frasier is when I found out that he was one of the producers to Girlfriends, the black show.
So you watched it.
I was like, what?
You watched it as an adult.
I was like, Frasier, like the guy who he do Girlfriends.
He was on Cheers. That's where it was a spinoff from Cheers back in the day.
Yeah, I remember Cheers.
Yeah,
but I was like, oh, he cool. Let me go check this out.
Nah, I was watching Frasier. I ain't like him. I was watching Frasier.
This dude cool. He made Girlfriends.
I watched Frasier before Girlfriends even existed. And
was that a 90s show, Girlfriends?
No, it's a 2000.
You sure?
Yeah.
Let me check.
I think it's a 2000 show.
It seemed like it was so long ago when I was watching Girlfriends.
Yeah, I mean early 2000s is a long time ago. It's over 20 years.
That's true.
Yeah,
you're right. Exactly 2000.
Yeah,
started exactly 2000. Wow.
No, but Frasier was a really good show. I liked it. I couldn't really explain to you the significance of it. I mean, it just was a really good show, and I think that's what makes it a good show is that you watch it. It has nothing to do with you coming up on it. Like none of them. They had I don't think they had any black people on there. But I watched the show and I liked it. It was just a really good show. That's how you know a show's good. It doesn't have to do nothing with your culture, but you just oh man, that's funny. Yeah. That's good. That's a good,
that's true.
Good take on it. I think that's what makes it a really good show when you kind of gravitate towards just the writing, the whole concept of it and stuff like that. So yeah,
that could be like a skit option too, like a Frasier scenario where I'm doing something, collaborating in real time, but we on the skit category where acting like I'm Frasier on the radio, somebody call in, something crazy. We could talk about it later, but anyway. Say the cultural impact. So we talked about Frasier for a second. So it proves sitcoms could be smart, sophisticated, and absurd at the same time. It made intellectual humor mainstream without losing mass appeal. I agree.
Yeah.
Another couple of things that I didn't really, I did watch, but like Married with Children.
Yeah, I didn't really watch that, but it was like I think I don't know. I didn't watch it, but it seemed like it was too like teenage for me. Married with Children came out when I was
adult.
When I
thought Married with Children.
Married with Children came out like at the early 90s. This is like when The Simpsons.
No, I'm talking about. I feel like it's for like older people. I feel.
Yeah, it's for older people. It's for older people. Like, yeah, at the time that came out, The Simpsons was on. It was like stuff for kids. I don't know. It was still a big sitcom back then. It just, for some reason, I didn't get it because I was outside or I was watching some other stuff that I thought was more. Better. Yeah.
The 70s show. Another thing.
Yeah, I didn't watch the 70s show. But I do know that it was a big show.
I'm surprised it's on the list. Moesha.
Moesha was a 90s show? Okay.
Moesha. I like the show. It was okay.
I like Moesha. I really liked. No, I didn't.
Parker.
I like the Parkers, but I think Moesha was a better. I like the little things she had at the end, like the little diary, little diary thing, the music playing at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. And Brandy, the way that she,
That's I think our first introduction to her like acting for real.
I remember her from what's that show back in the day? Thea.
I didn't see that.
Thea was a show that she was on. This before her music career. She wasn't singing at the time. She was on Thea. And then she left Thea, and then that's when she went crazy, like in the 90s with music and stuff like that. Yeah, she was on Thea. And that dude that did the singing for Lion King.
Yeah.
He was on Thea too.
Okay.
He was her brother on Thea. Yeah, it was a show. I remember when Thea was out, but we're not talking about Thea, but it was just yeah. But Brandy on Moesha, yeah, for sure. Like that, I like the cast too. The brother, the dad, the mom, and yeah, even the friend that wound up having spin off with the Parkers.
Yeah,
I can't remember the names though, but it was a really good show. Yeah, Fredro Starr.
Her real name. It was crazy how I know her real name, but not her name on the show.
Moesha.
No, not Moesha. The friend.
Oh, the friend. Yeah.
I know her real name was like Countess Vaughn or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
But then of course, Saved by the Bell. I didn't really watch that.
Saved by the Bell.
I didn't watch that at all.
Yeah, I watched it,
but I know what it is. I seen some. Like I said, I know the characters.
Some of these are a little bit older than us. Like at the time we were kids, but we did. Like I said, I watched Martin. I watched some of these shows that were like adult. Like Saved by the Bell. Yeah, Screech. They had Zach. What was his? What's the? No, I'm saying he's a host for like shows and.
Oh yeah. I don't know what his name was.
I forgot his name.
What's his real name?
That's what I'm saying. I thought you might have known his real name.
Oh gosh.
But either way,
I probably know.
I watched some episodes of Saved by the Bell. I wasn't a huge Saved by the Bell guy. But I remember the theme song to it and everything.
Oh God, I forget.
Then I wake up in the morning. I don't know. I remember how it went. I don't know the words.
Next time I want more energy.
I remember.
I said next time I want more energy because I don't remember how you sung it. Honorable mention. Boy Meets World.
Yeah, why is that honorable mention? That should be just a.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I don't just because I was kind of going through the other world fast. So I want to pause on Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
That was a good one.
Mr. Feeney was my favorite teacher.
He's still alive. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, Mr. Feeney.
He's old then.
Yeah, Corey Matthews, and that was a good show.
Yeah,
it should have been a corny show, but it was. I heard the main character wasn't a good person to like be around or whatever though. But Topanga, that was probably my first like crush. Like as like my age type crush. Yeah, Topanga. I used to like Topanga.
She still looks good too. She was on Dance with the Stars recently.
Yeah, she looks the same.
She still looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very good show. Like I said, it's one of those shows that was funny, but somewhat educational, somewhat inspirational. They dealt with like real stuff.
Yep. Especially from a kid's our age perspective.
Yeah. I really like that.
Stuff like that.
I think that's why like, a lot of the 90s kids are so seasoned because the shows were, they're going to teach you.
Stuff in the shows, yeah.
They're going to teach you some stuff. Like it wasn't, like some stuff like, I guess like, sometimes you watch like some of these shows like for kids, they just all just happy and rainbows and horses and whatever. But I do like the shows that kind of like got serious. Dealt with serious topics that was, around, things that you would go through at those ages or whatever. So, yeah.
I don't know if it's on there, but all that
definitely not on this list.
It's not. I don't know why. See, I'm glad.
Is that the 90s? All that?
Yeah, that's 90s. All that.
I gotta verify.
Yeah, Keenan and Kel. You got Nick Cannon came from there. I think Amanda Bynes came from there. They got some stars. That was like the chick. That was the kids' version of SNL or Living Color. And then they had TLC did the theme song for all that.
Yeah, 94.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not on there. Yeah, 94. TLC did the theme song. Then you had the branch. You had split off from like Keenan and Kel. You remember Keenan and Kel?
Yeah, I know who they are. Yeah.
Who likes orange soda?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kel loves orange soda.
Okay, my bad.
That
Calm
was
down.
that was a major thing in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Kale's on the show.
I mean,
man.
wasn't
Yeah, but yeah, Keenan, Kel, yeah. Then they had, Nick Cannon came from all that.
Mm.
There was some stars that came out of that show. That's why I was like, it should have been mentioned because it's like, today there's people that's like, I think Keenan's still on SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Nick Cannon doing all of what he's done, the movies. That's where we get Nick Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And all of he's doing like the Wild and Outs and the movies he did, Drumline and stuff like that. We get that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot from all that. Then there's just sketch comedy. There was a lot of just funny stuff that was happening on the show. It was Nickelodeon, a lot of kids growing up watched Nickelodeon. That's when they had like Teen Nick, and they had like Are You Afraid of the Dark and what's it the kid that was like camp. It was a camp show. I forgot the name of it. I can't think of it right now. But they had some really good shows back. That was Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I wasn't really like I told you I was more a Disney person.
The Disney didn't really have nothing back then in the
Disney,
90s.
Anything else?
Cause like That's So Raven was like 2000 something. I'm saying like the shows for like the actual
like
people on it, sitcoms and stuff like that. They didn't really have any shows like that. The Mickey Mouse Club was like the only thing. But I think that was like last time. Well, they did have some in the 90s, but that was it. That's all I knew.
Like a lot of the cartoon movies, they became TV series in the 90s and stuff too.
Yeah,
so,
I was saying like for like sitcoms and like real life type things.
Did you watch The Nanny?
I watched some episodes. I thought that was a pretty good show. She was a nanny from New York. Yeah, she had that's the high pitched voice. I think that's where they got the Family Guy mom Lois voice from. And she sounds like the nanny. But yeah,
she still looks good too. But yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, they were showing like all the stuff that Regine was wearing that she wore first in the nanny.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
They would show like pictures of her dressed in this outfit, and then they would show her in it. I guess the nanny came out before Living Single, or those episodes of Living Single, because I think this was at the time
where overlap.
People were like comparing, hey, this was a black show first, and people were like, well, how about this?
Yeah.
So but
I liked it. I like I don't know. It just felt really. It kind of reminded me of like what worked for like the Golden Girls. I don't know why the four old white ladies. Yeah. How they were just so funny. Like, so I feel like they had that kind of concept where it was just so ridiculous but funny, and I feel like they kind of caught that, in it. And
a really good theme song too.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you get that draws you in.
That's
that theme
true.
song.
And then I like how within the theme song, it kind of like, even if you don't watch it often or you start in season 2, episode 5, what the story is about just from the theme song. Yeah. So you caught up.
The nanny, and then you had the cartoon little animation at the beginning.
Yeah, it was good. I really liked,
because the Golden Girl, like I was like you said, that's what drew you
now,
in.
That
was
song
like that show.
Yeah.
But that was almost every show back in.
Song?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
That was, but that was the theme for like, huh?
I don't want to look dumb up here, singing the wrong song. The wrong thing. He's stupid.
He's singing a different song.
Some of y'all can be mean, like
no, but they back in the 80s, leading into the 90s, that's when they had those really good theme songs.
Yeah,
even the Fresh Prince thing when he did the rap at the beginning. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know him as a rapper.
Remember how it go?
Well, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah,
that's all I do know the whole song, but I'm not gonna sing it.
The pressure
might be copyright.
But yeah, list about to be over because there's a whole bunch of different stuff. So don't come at us. But
it's hard to sum up with some of these shows
on this show, but it was a good, solid show. Full House.
Yeah, no,
I hate it on this show.
Why'd you hate it? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, what do you mean? Why you hate the him?
I just feel like the last show should be like
It is a good.
You think it's a good show to end on?
I think it's a big show. What other shows you got on? Well, yeah. I mean, you can honorable mention The Simpsons, but no, Full House for sure. Full House,
but you know, like we were. I don't know how your parents were. I couldn't watch The Simpsons.
I watched this. I watched The Simpsons.
It was crude,
because my mom and dad, I don't think they knew that. It was a cartoon. This is before like cartoons had that type of adult humor in it. So it wasn't common. Like you got Family Guy, Rick and Morty. It's a lot of shows that just are really adult cartoons. But Simpsons was the first show that was like cartoon and it had a lot of adult humor and things like that, and it drinking, you know, things like that, certain situations that they were in, you know, child abuse. There's you know, it's just certain things that was happening in The Simpsons that it was kind of like, okay. But at the time, your parents probably would, oh, you're watching a cartoon. It wasn't like, hey, you're watching, what the? You know, they're not doing all that. Unless you've seen it on the news and people were like, hey, make sure your children aren't just watching this show or whatever it was. And then, you know, Bart was everywhere. The Butterfinger commercials. Better not lay a finger on my Butterfinger. The Butterfinger thing.
Eat my shorts.
Eat
my shorts.
He had you know, he had some catchphrases and stuff. And they had, you know, Homer and Marge and Maggie and you know, Flanders.
It's
next
crazy
door.
how it's still on.
Yeah, it's probably the longest running. I don't know what they call that. Is it a sitcom, a cartoon? I don't know.
A show.
It's a show. It's still going. Then they had like, you know, Futurama and other shows that kind of like spin off from it. But no, it should be going on that long. It's just had a cast of characters,
and they all still the same age.
And the merchandise, and I heard like Marge is gone. Like he's no longer there.
I thought they was thinking about it. I know that happened.
No, I think it happened.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, that is a huge show. But I think to get back to to get back to Full House. Now, Full House was cool. It was a concept for a show that I didn't even think.
I know, right? Exist. Like 4 guys trying to raise kids. 3 or 4 guys. It was three guys.
Bob Saget, what was it, Jesse, and
3 guys trying to raise kids.
The
order said that
most of it was Bob Saget's kids in the show.
Yeah, but they always helping him.
What
was
Bob
kids?
Saget's name in there
in the show?
Yeah, in the show, I don't remember.
Danny,
and maybe it could have been Danny, but Tanner. Danny Tanner. It might have been Danny Tanner. Yeah. No, that show was cool. I liked it. Yeah. It was like he mostly had the girls, you know,
and they were all kind of like helping him.
Yeah, helping him, and then his I guess I don't know, those his friends or his real brothers, but it was like Uncle Joey and you know, Jesse, Uncle Jesse,
his real brothers.
No, I'm saying not in real life. I'm talking about
on the show. I think they were his real brothers on the show.
I didn't know. I thought they were just like his best friends, and they kind of just helped him raise his kids. And then Uncle Jesse wound up getting married, and his wife was living there with their twins.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they had twins.
Yeah, that was. I was like, how big is his house?
It was a full house.
Yeah, I went to. Well, I guess it wasn't a real house because I went to LA and it had like a fake version of that house. And when I went to. If you haven't been,
I've never been
to the Hollywood studio. They had like a fake full house, but then it's like they have like the real one. I guess it was San Diego or San Francisco, whatever. San Francisco. Yeah, it was pretty cool to see like some of the nostalgia stuff. The same thing, they had like a little Friends area in the Hollywood studio area where it seemed like they got a little cafe and everything. They actually got like a real cafe you could buy like the stuff that like they
had in the show.
Yeah, so. But the show was really good. I think it was our introduction to Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah,
like after that they popped off and then it disappeared.
I mean, they created an empire.
Yeah,
and they didn't really need to
disappear.
But now they got their sisters doing Wanda.
Yeah.
You know, but
she ain't doing that no more.
I think they behind the I'm just saying, but they're behind the scenes. I think they got like they got clothing and all this other stuff.
I don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna have to look it up because I haven't really. I don't really hear about them.
They used to have the movies and stuff like that.
They
had
the the deal with Walmart. So like
Yeah.
Walmart had all their merchandise, like
Mhm.
bags and toys, and they had everything. They had an empire. Same thing with like, well, not as much. They
Then
were
they had the
big. They were
movies.
bigger than Raven, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
they were.
Yeah.
And they had the movies and stuff. They
Yeah.
had to just them going on
Yep.
different adventures and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, all of the adult cast kind of went off to do different things. Remember, was it Bob Saget?
Mm-hmm.
He did the America's Funniest Home Videos
Yeah.
back in the day. See, you missed out on that, but that's a little segue.
Mm-hmm.
America's Funniest Home Videos used to come on in the 90s.
Mhm.
And then Jesse,
I don't know.
I forgot.
Did he try to do music or something?
He did music. He's been in shows. He's been successful.
I
I
think
think he
in a
probably
couple of TV series.
yeah. He's like the more successful out of the people from the show.
Yeah. Then that other girl, the oldest daughter, she's like the queen of Hallmark. She in every Hallmark
I don't
show.
know. I don't
Yeah.
recognize her. I don't know.
Yeah, because you don't watch Hallmark.
Then they got Fuller House.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't know if it's still running though.
No, that stopped. But yeah, it was on Netflix. That was kind of like it's very reminiscent of the old show. Like they did pretty good with it, in my opinion. But it was kind of sad without Bob Saget, when he died or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like missing. But it was still good. Definitely gave you like old nostalgic vibes from earlier times. But yeah, it was a really good show. Definitely tackled a lot of topics. But it was different too, like you said. It was like a different concept. We see like three guys trying to raise some daughters, helping each other out and stuff like that. I think that was cool.
Yeah,
because that's something you don't really see like that. That wasn't something that was really promoted or put out there.
and I think that came out in the 80s, and then it trickled into the 90s. So that's kind
of came out exactly in 1990.
I think it came out because I think I'm the same age. We're the same age as the Olsen twins. They were babies in the show.
Yeah, we're the same age as them and Raven.
But if they were babies, that means it was the 80s because we're 40.
Let me see.
Philly is probably the 80s.
Oh, you're right. It started in 87.
So that's why I don't understand why it didn't give us like certain shows like from like the Different World and shows that kind of trickled in to the 90s if they're going to give
observation.
If they're going to give us
that's what the list gave me. That's what I say it.
I think it's biased.
Yeah.
Gave us that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but it still was a good show regardless. I mean, it would definitely I don't think we could have mentioned the 90s sitcoms without mentioning Full House.
Remember Step by Step?
Step by step, day by day. Yeah, I remember that. It was TGIF. That was on TGIF. Yeah. That was part of the TGIF package.
It was okay.
You get that.
I feel like after
Family
Matters, I would
Matters.
just cut it off.
No, we watched all of it.
So it's like Step by
I like Step by Step. They was at Six Flags at the beginning of the theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember Step by Step.
It was okay.
I don't think it was bigger than the other ones we mentioned.
That's why it wasn't on the list.
Yeah, Step by Step. I mean, Home Improvement is bigger than Step by Step.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like Home Improvement.
You sound like you would.
I did. Tim Allen. It was a funny show. They had the dude that in the show you can only see he was looking over the fence. He always used to talk to Tim. Have like a deep conversation. You just talk to the guy. You couldn't see his face.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids. He had sons instead of having all the girls. He had the sons. He had a wife. He ran a TV show, Home Improvement TV show. And the dude, I forgot the dude. He used to be on his the sidekick. But he really knew how to fix everything, and Tim didn't know how to fix nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He was over the kind of saving Tim every time he'd be messing something up. It was just a good concept of a show. Some of the catchphrases. Then he wound up moving and doing Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his name? Who does the voice for Tim? Is his name Tim Allen? What's his name is?
Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, who's his name? That comedian. I think I forgot his name. But
don't sound crazy now. Let me see. Let me see now.
I forgot his name, man. But they
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks was the Woody.
And Tim Allen.
It was Tim Allen, okay. I don't know. I didn't want to say
Buzz Lightyear, yep, Tim Allen.
The show name, his name was Tim Allen on the show, but not really. No, but it was a good show.
There's about to be another one coming out.
The Toy Story, yeah, they said that now the enemy is the technology.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's coming.
It's the kids being on the tablets and stuff. They don't play with toys anymore.
It's coming. No, but that's it. That is the list.
No, and then we got
Oh no.
that's
like we're gonna stop it there. You know, I feel like we're missing some.
Yeah, we're definitely we got to run it back. It's not. This ain't over. You know, the '90s is too huge to fit just a little bit of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So we'll run it back. You know, even if we just got to do it all over, like just blank sitcoms in general, because we probably hit most of the major ones for the '90s.
I agree.
You know, but there's a lot of TV shows just in general that were like A+.
That's true.
You know, but yeah, we'll close it out for the day. But like and subscribe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely we appreciate all the support we've gotten so far. And we're gonna try to work on some new stuff for you. Like I said, we have a skit that's out right now. If y'all want, you can check it out. You know, tell us what you think. You know, if you do like it, you know, let us know by like and subscribe, and we'll try our best to kind of do better. Of course, this is just our first thing, so you know, give us a little grace with this, because and we'll get better with it. You know?
And then somebody happened to stumble across, like, you know, Tyler Perry Studios and put the skit in his head. You know, that's so. Oh y'all, you know, you can do it.
More like a Tubi movie.
I'm just saying,
you know, but
Tyler Perry can sign us up, you know.
But cool. For sure, if you're interested in that type of stuff, we do have that coming. We do have one out, so just take a look at it. You know, tell us what you think. We appreciate you tuning in. See you next time.
Peace. That's really weird because I can't even see me with this camera. Because normally, I guess, normally the camera, the monitor be like over there or something. But this camera like right.
Over there, no, it's fine. What happens is, like, I catch myself looking every time I do that.
Yeah.
But if it's in front, where you're like,
that's true,
just looking at the camera instead of looking off to the side.
I'm glad we got two. Thank you. Oof, gosh.
Logo thing is the logo thing. Turn the camera off. Audio corrupted. You did not turn it off the correct way.